It's the day before the election and teams of people across the country are setting up 7,500 polling stations. Megan Whittle and her small team are setting up a primary school hall in Canberra's suburb of Wotengara. In total, 150,000 voting screens will need to be assembled, and 140 kilometres of string will be used to attach the 100,000 little pencils. Every aspect of the polling station is thought out, from the disabled access to the way the queue will flow through the building.
I'm doing queuing equipment, so essentially what we're doing here is we're dividing where the people will come in to vote. They will then wait until a queue controller directs them where to go. Then the queue controller will direct them to somebody who's issuing the votes. They will then proceed to a voting booth, and then they will return to the boxes to place their votes in before exiting the building out of different doors, so that we don't have traffic doubling back on itself. So this is just to guide people so that they don't get all confused and go to the wrong spot.
Across town, an iconic Canberra building is also getting an election day makeover of sorts. For the first time, Kings Hall and Old Parliament House is being transformed into a polling super booth, providing a unique opportunity for Canberra and interstate voters. Mrs. Daryl Karp, Director of the Museum of Australian Democracy, says the polling booth was the perfect accompaniment to their election festival.
The museum has free entrance, that there are a lot of new exhibitions happening, and that it's a real opportunity for people to have a look around at the same time as being part of history and having a vote in a really historic space. And yes, I'll be voting there.
The time taken to set up a polling station varies depending on its size. A small regional centre may take only half an hour, whereas Sydney Town Hall could take quite a few hours. Phil Dyke from the Australian Electoral Commission says it is one of the biggest logistical operations Australia undergoes.
We've got about 7,500 polling places. We've got some 70,000 polling officials who turn out on election day. We've got mobile polling teams that are visiting around 400 communities. We've got overseas voting in 102 embassies, consulates and high commissions around the world.
After the election, the cardboard is either donated to the school or recycled, and the pencils returned to the electoral office.
We're often asked, what do you do in between elections? And the answer is we plan for the next one.
For all those participating in the election, whether that be as an election official or just a voter, there's no better way to celebrate democracy than with a sausage sandwich. I'm Emma Williams for Now UC News, Canberra.